And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I am your host, Russ Renault. Thanks for joining us here on another Sunday night in Houston, Texas. Appreciate you joining us, and we've got a lot on the show tonight. We'll talk about last night's Fight Night event. We'll talk about UFC 292 coming up next weekend, and we will get into this box of Donruss that you saw at the top of the show. So last week I told you that we were going to be doing a show on Monday, but things change and plans changed, and things worked out where I could get into our normal time slot. So here we are. We're here every Sunday, 9 o'clock Central Time, and we open a hobby box of UFC trading cards every single Sunday. So thanks for joining us, and if you see that chat box, let us know who you collect, where you're from, and just what you want to see on the show and what you want to talk about, and we'll interact and just subscribe because we want to get those numbers up so we can start giving away some cards, because all of our subscribers are going to be entered into our giveaways. Once we reach 100, we'll start giving some cards away, and got some really good lots and some things that I think people would like. So also later on the show, we'll be looking at the hits we've had over the products that we've been opening this year. We've got Prism, and we've got Donruss, we've got Select. So we're going to go through the hits that we've had in those products, and you can see those on that top row, and then we'll get into that box. But first, let's talk about some fights from last night. So UFC Fight Night at the Apex in Las Vegas, and if you've listened to the show for any amount of time, I don't love the Apex shows, and I don't think anybody really does except for the people who are there. They're just not as exciting, and this one was probably my least favorite card of the whole year so far, because at least Holly Holm and Mayra Bueno Silva had some implications in their weight class, but Vicente Luque and Rafael dos Anjos, already a popular fighter at one point in his career, former champion, and Vicente Luque taking advantage of this opportunity, top 10 matchup in the welterweight division, and Vicente Luque taking care of business with a unanimous decision. So he'll be moving up and just another stepping stone in his career, really getting, a name victory. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on Fight Night tonight. We're going to talk a little bit more about UFC 292. So we'll just kind of highlight what happened last night, because, first part of the show, first meeting of UFC Fight Cards, is we talk about the fight cards, the schedule. Then the second part, we open up cards, and we open up the UFC cards. So 2 meetings there. So like I said, Luque taking care of business, kind of thought that he would do that. And then we get to that co-main event with Cub Swanson and Hakeem Dawodu. And Cub Swanson pulling out a unanimous decision, although it was probably a lot closer than a unanimous decision seemed. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. I thought that could have gone the other way. But, Cub Swanson's a name. He's been there, and, just staying alive in that featherweight division and picking up another victory. So good for him. I don't know that was well earned. I don't know that he even thought that at the end of the fight, but I don't think that he looked his best. But he gets his hand raised, and so congratulations to Cub Swanson. We did see a top 15 matchup in the light heavyweight division. We saw Khalil Roundtree Jr. defeating Chris Daukaus with a first-round knockout. Chris Daukaus just hasn't looked great, his last few times out. And Khalil Roundtree Jr., hats off to him for taking care of business and getting the knockout victory. So I do want to point out something overall about the card last night. So we saw this was the one thing that is exciting about some of these cards, that they don't have the hype of the other events, but they sometimes can deliver with the finishes, and 7 straight finishes to start the night. So that was pretty awesome to see. And then you get decisions in 4 of the next 6, but great job at the beginning of the card, and people really getting it done and looking impressive. Terrence McKinney, one of the rookies, from this year's product, getting a first-round knockout over Mike Breeden. Terrence McKinney stepping up late in that lightweight division and getting a nice knockout. Who else do we see? The women's strawweight division saw Yasmin Lucindo, the Raul Rosas of the women's division, the youngest on the UFC roster, getting a submission over Polyana Viana So getting that arm triangle and getting that submission in the second round. So the youngster doing work in the octagon against Polyana Viana. We also say Damon Blackshear getting a sub of Jose Johnson, one of those finishes early on. So that pretty much wraps up the card from last night. Like I said, just not a whole lot interested as far as the cards go. We could break down fights, but that's just not what we do here. A lot of great people who do that, but we like to relate results to the trading card industry and the fighters that are hot right now. And just not a whole lot on this card that was, besides Terrence McKinney being a rookie in this product. So let's look ahead to next weekend, which is huge, in UFC 292, August 19th in Boston. That's next Saturday, and we've got a huge bantamweight title matchup between the champion Aljamain Sterling and the number 2 contender Sean O'Malley. And what else can you say about this? That O'Malley seemingly possesses the boxing, the striking, and Aljamain Sterling with the grappling, the wrestling matchup of two contrasting styles. And we'll see what this does for Aljamain Sterling's legacy. And a lot of people still question Aljamain Sterling and his chops as champion, and a lot of that should be put to rest this weekend. See if he does. This is what I've said on the show last week, that if Aljamain Sterling is able to take care of business this weekend, kind of not so well kept secret that he's probably going to move up to 145, leave that title for Merab Dvalishvili, his buddy, to probably fight Corey Sandhagen for the vacant title. And then we'll see where Sean O'Malley fits in after that. But first things first. Yeah, anything could happen in this matchup. Sean O'Malley could go in there and knock him out. Who knows? But I think that Aljo is going to get it done, and that we will see Merab and Corey Sandhagen down the line. Once Sandhagen heals up from that torn tricep, that getting that victory last weekend in Nashville. So we got 2 title showdowns next weekend, and the other one is in the women's strawweight division with Zhang Wei Li defending her title against the number 4 Amanda Lemos, a rookie in these 2023 products. So exciting matchup there. Then we've got Chito Vera taking on Pedro Munoz, top 10 bantamweight matchup there. Let's see what else we got. We got Jeff Neal and Ian Gary in the welterweight division. So looking good, looking like a good card. Should be a lot of fun next weekend, and we'll see what happens. So let's look down the rest of the schedule for the next couple of months. There are some big ones that have been added here lately. So Fight Night August 26th in Singapore. We got a featherweight matchup between Max Holloway and Chan Sung Young, the Korean Zombie, number 2 against number 7. Co-main in that one, Anthony Smith against Ryan Spann, light heavyweight matchup, number 7 against number 10. Then we've got a flyweight matchup in the women's division between number 3 Tyler Santos and number 3 Aaron Blanchfield in the strawweight division. So Aaron Blanchfield, she can kind of move up. It would not be surprising to see Aaron Blanchfield compete for a couple of different titles in her career. She's looked so impressive thus far. So then we got Fight Night September 2nd in Paris, and number 2 heavyweight Cyril Gane taking on number 8 Sergey Spivak, and the co-main in that one in the women's flyweight division, number 2 Manon Fiorot against former strawweight champion Rose Namajunas. She's the number 2 ranked strawweight, so making her return to the octagon and making her flyweight debut. Then we get to UFC 293, and this is a big announcement this week, September 9th in Sydney, and we do have a main event now. We've got the middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya, taking on the number 5 ranked contender, Sean Strickland. Really looking forward to this matchup. After Sean Strickland, impressive in his last time out. Izzy looking for an opponent. Thought it was going to be Dracus du Plessis, but he's just not ready to go yet. Injured in his last time out. So we get Adesanya and Strickland as Izzy continues to try to clean out this division. We've also got a co-main in that one, heavyweight matchup between number 6 Tai Tuivasa and number 8 Alexander Volkov. So Fight Night September 16th, T-Mobile Arena. The very next weekend, it could be a numbered event in itself. You've got the women's flyweight champion Alexa Grasso taking on the number 1 contender, former champion Valentina Shevchenko. Kelvin Gastelum's had to pull out of the co-main event against Shavkat Rakhmonov. We'll see what happens if they can reschedule something for Shavkat. A lot of people want to see him back in action. Fight night September 23rd, T-Mobile Arena as well. A lightweight matchup between number 6 Rafael Fiziev and number 7 Mateusz Gamrot. Then we've got UFC 294, October 22nd in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island. We've got the lightweight championship on the line with the champion Islam Makhachev against the number 1 contender and former champion Charles Oliveira. We've got also another announcement this week. Fight night November 5th in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We've got a heavyweight matchup, number 5 Curtis Blades and number 9 Jailton Almeida. So Almeida getting to get a matchup in his home country of Brazil, and I believe in Jailton Almeida in this one. I think he will get it done in Brazil. Maybe a different result somewhere else, but I think he's got to feed off that and take care of Curtis Blades. And then the only other one is the big one, November 11th, UFC 295 for the heavyweight title. Champion John Jones facing number 3 contender and the former champion Stipe Miocic. So that is our rundown of the UFC schedule over the next few months, and see what else we have announced this week. Still a lot of cards that have yet to be filled out, and looking for some good matchups out of those. So now here's a chance for us to go through the hits we've had over the last few weeks. Let's go ahead and start with the Prism, since we've had those the longest. And I'll put the gloves on when we start opening cards. These are protected right now, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Got a couple of redemptions. We got the Israel Adesanya and the throwback signatures. Let me change that camera so you can see them. So we got the Izzy, and I like to put these lots together, and so Israel Adesanya, we got the purple, so that would go with it. Got a BJ Penn, champion signatures, so hopefully we won't be waiting for those too long. I know that there's some, if you've been checking out some message boards lately and you have a Bo Nickel redemption, just want to say good luck in getting that. Bo looking like he says he will not sign those, so that's interesting. So who knows what to do with those. So here we got some Bryce Mitchell still hanging on this mojo, and Blue Wave, got a green retail. And like I said, I like to put these fighter lots together, so you end up with a couple extra. You pay for the color, the numbered cards, and then I just throw in the other stuff extra. So we got Andrea Lee teal, like I said, a purple press proof with that. Tabitha Ricci orange, number 99, Ruby Wave. We've got 5 Baby Shark rookies. We got a Sergey Pavlovich orange as well, and Blue Wave. So we've got 4 boxes of Prism left, so once we get through this Donruss, we're going to go back to those and open those up. So we've got a Lucas Almeida, blue, number 175, also a Ruby Wave with that, also a silver. All those would be together. We've got a couple of Song Yadong. We've got a red, number 199, a Ruby Wave. So I'd throw in a press proof. And the last Prism number color that we have, Saeed Yakub Kakramanov, number 199. We've got a bunch of silver, a bunch of hyper, but we just kind of look at the numbered cards here on the show, but kind of got a lot left of everything else. We'll do the select next, because we opened 2 boxes of those, still holding on to a lot of what we, the numbered cards we pulled out of there, none bigger than this one, with a Jack Della Maddalena purple auto, number 49. So got a Corey Sandhagen tie-dye auto, number 25, and that would also get the red Prism. This is number 199. We've got a lot of Corey Sandhagen that I would just throw in. If you take those 2 cards, then you get Purple Press Proof, some Select, the Sensations, even end up with the 2020 tops. And then, got a lot to throw in there with Corey, because I got to move this stuff out of here. I got to make room. So you end up with a pretty good lot there of Corey Sandhagen. Got the Alexander Rockets, the Sparks. Got the Prism numbered to 99. Got a silver Prism in there with that. That's why you put stuff in sleeves and top loaders, so when you drop them, you're all right. So we got some Rockets to throw in there with it. Pulled this one last week, the Billy Quarantillo Sparks. It's just a silver Prism. That's not numbered. Still a cool card if you collect Billy Q. Drew Dober, the Neon Green. And that's numbered to 75. Carlos Ulberg. And that's numbered to 99. Dustin Poirier with the white, numbered to 125. We've got a Verna Jandaroba, rookie, red, numbered to 175. So that is all of our select that we have left. Then we get into our Donruss. Got a lot more of that. So end up with we pulled this last week, the Marvin Vittori auto. We also pulled the Kelvin Gastelum auto. Somebody picked that up, and you can find me, if you see something on the show that you want, just let me know. Russ at orange-fire.com, at FightCardsRuss, or at OrangeFire Media on X. Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or OrangeFire Media. You can also check out our store on eBay, OrangeFire Lots of Lots. We've got about 25 lots listed right now, and probably be adding some more as we go along. And there's some stuff I've been holding on to a little while, and maybe showing that on the show pretty soon. So like I said, we pulled the Kelvin Gastelum last week along with this Marvin Vittori, so we ended up with 2 autos out of that box. Then there's just some more Marvin throw in there, probably stuff you already have, but it's just something that I like to do. Some people don't have all of those, and so you just take care of them. Try to get as much stuff in their hands as they can, because obviously they collect that fighter. So we got the Damon Jackson auto. That's numbered to 25. The blue hollow laser. Got a silver press proof. Got the base rookie that we can add to that. Holly Holm with a blue hollow laser, numbered to 49. Got a Vulcan Ozdemir, the red. That one's numbered to 75. Now also we've got a select tricolor, select silver, base select, and some prism. So nice little Vulcan Ozdemir lot going. Derek Lewis, silver hollow laser, and then we also last week pulled the Octagon Royalty. It's not numbered, but memorabilia card of the Black Beast. Also got a silver prism, some more Derek Lewis to add to that. Valentina Shevchenko silver hollow laser. It's numbered to 99. Comes with a silver prism. Michelle Pereira. Got the Octagon canvas. Robert Whitaker with the Octagon canvas, and also we'll get a select tricolor with that. And the Jeff Neal Octagon canvas. Then you get the Jeff Neal Hyper, some other Jeff Neal thrown in there. So that's what we have as far as Donruss goes. I'm going to put those back, and then we'll get into opening this box up here in just a second. So I'm going to get these gloves on before we get into this box. So some other stuff that was on the move this week. Got it sitting ready to go. Pulled a Jens Pulver Silver Hollow Laser last week, and somebody picked that up. Also, we had 2 Matt Brown autos, one from Immaculate and another one from Prism, and had been holding on to those for a while, and somebody finally snatched those up. So those will be going out tomorrow. Appreciate people supporting me and the show and what we're doing, because I'd like to be your family-friendly UFC podcast, because we do the show live here on YouTube every Sunday, and then I upload the audio as soon as it's over, so you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. So if you're listening, you don't have time to, you got to get an early start on the week, so you can't watch live on Sunday. So at least, you can come on here and you can listen in your car on Monday, and if something, catches your ear, you can go back and look at it later and, let me know what you want out of it. And so that's what we try to do here on the show, is just put cards people want in their hands, and, you don't have to get into a break. You don't have to buy into a break. That if you see something, you can buy it. And that's the whole point of what we do here. And that's what I'm trying to do, and just build a nice community for people to come in and talk about UFC fights and what it means to their card collection. Because I think there's no hobby, as far as sports goes, that is more volatile than UFC cards, because, the value of a card can rise and fall quickly based on a result, or based on inactivity or activity of a fighter. It's so volatile, and it's unlike any other sport, and that's why we love it. It's fun. So here we go with our 7th box of Donruss. We got 3 left after this. And then we've got 4 boxes of Prism. So we got 10 packs of 30 cards each. On average, 1 auto, 1 memorabilia card. We've kind of been fortunate. We've hit a couple of autos a couple of different times. So they weren't high numbered or anything, I'll give it that. But at least we got, we didn't get shut out. We'll put it that way. We've gotten a few 30th anniversary cards. We didn't get them the last 2 times that we've opened Donruss, we haven't, so we're kind of due one of those. I probably just jinxed it. Would really like to hit the Rose Namajunas. Got UFC Sports Card Group. If you're not a member of that, you should join. A lot of good people in there, and a lot of cards for sale. So got a member in there trying to collect all of the 30th anniversary cards, and we actually sold him the Alonzo Minifield, and all he's missing is Rose Namajunas. So that's what we're kind of looking for. So I go through every card. I go through these a little bit quicker than I used to. But Sean Strickland, Islam Makhachev, Cynthia Calvillo, Armin Saryukian, Alexander Gustafsson, Joaquin Buckley, Vicente Luque, big winner last night, Benil Dariush, Matush Gamrot, Habib Nurmagomedov, Holly Holm, TJ Dillashaw, Jack Hermanson, Tyler Santos, Jessica Andrade, Dominic Reyes, Bryce Mitchell, Andre Muniz, Carol Hossa, Anderson Silva, Casey O'Neill, Michelle Pereira, Jens Pulver, and we got rookie Molly McCann. We got about 6 of those now. Press proofs, Kevin Holland, silver, and Michael Bisping, silver, and we've got an Anderson Silva Blue Hollow Laser, number to 49. Kind of needed one of a numbered spider, because I have a huge lot of Anderson Silva. Been holding on to for a while. So Untouchables, Arnold Allen. Fantasy matchups, Hamzat, Chimaev, and Hoist Gracie. And we've got Octagon Marvel, Stipe Miocic. So I do have about probably 4 complete sets of Donruss if anybody is looking for a complete set, 1 through 200. And maybe if I get doubles of a couple of the rookies that we hit last week, we got the last ones that we were missing last week. So if I can get doubles of those, again, I'll have all of the rookies. So maybe able to put together a pretty full set. Here's pack number 2. So we just hit a Anderson Silva, Blue Hollow Laser, Brad Tavares, Alexander Rakic, Mark Coleman, Curtis Blades, Pedro Munoz, Maria Rodriguez, Daniel Cormier, Dan Hooker, Nathaniel Wood, Umar Nurmagomedov, Ryan Hall, Michael Chiesa, Dean Thomas, Volkan Ozdemir, Davison Figueiredo, Chris Dawkins, Alonzo Minifield, Khalil Roundtree Jr., Dominic Cruz, Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber, Rich Franklin, Dustin Poirier, and we got Drakkar Klose, Press Proof, Calvin Cater, Curtis Blades, Lauren Murphy, the purple. Fancy matchups, Kamaru Usman and Matt Hughes. Octagon Marvels, Juliana Pena. Crunch Time, Leon Edwards. Here we go. Pani Kianzad, Macy Chason, Irene Aldana, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Alexander Volkov, Jorge Masvidal, Giga Chikadze, Sean Strickland, Islam Makhachev, Cynthia Calvillo, Armin Saryukian, Alexander Gustafsson, Rafael Fiziev, Brock Lesnar, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Rob Font, Matt Schnell, Jennifer Maya, Stephen Thompson, Anthony Smith, Ketlin Vieira, Jack Hermanson, Tyler Santos, and we got another Damon Jackson. Got a silver, Michael Chandler, Pedro Munoz, and let's see what we've got here. We got a red hollow laser of Jared Cannonier, number 275. We're pretty good at pulling a few Jared Cannoniers. Got some gold at one point. I think out of last year's Donruss product, I pulled a few number Cannoniers out of there. So let's finish off this pack. Brock Lesnar Retro Series, Alex Pereira, the Untouchables. Got a Brock Lesnar Press Proof, Stairmasters. So that finishes off pack number 3. Conor McGregor, Paul Craig, Darren Till, Bobby Green, Adrian Yanez, Matt Hughes, Corey Sandhagen, Paulo Costa, Manon Fiorot, Chuck Liddell, Uriah Faber, Derek Lewis, Robert Whitaker, Max Holloway, Forrest Griffin, Jose Aldo, Sadiq Youssef, Ricky Simone, Jimmy Flick. Got an autographed one sitting over here. Jimmy bought a card from us, so I sent one with it. Kind enough to send that back, so appreciate it, Jimmy. So I threw that Jalen Turner, so sorry about that. Matt Brown, Jared Cannonier, Song Yadong, and that's nice. Take that one. We only had one Aaron Blanchfield, so that's our second one. Press proof, Cub Swanson with the winner last night. Silver, Mark Coleman silver. Tracy Cortez with the purple. Shavkat, the Untouchables. Surreal Gone. Islam Makhachev, Crunch Time. Halfway through after this pack. So Grant Dawson, Shamil Abdurkhamov, Patty Pimblett, Mackenzie Dern, Ilya Topuria, Saeed Nurmagomedov, Alexander Volkanovsky, John Jones, Jermaine Durandamy, Demir Ismagulov, Ryan Spann, Colby Covington, Andrei Arlovsky, Kelvin Gastelum, Israel Adesanya, Dustin Jacoby, Lauren Murphy, Zhang Wei Li, Cody Garbrandt, Amanda Hebus, Kamaru Usman, George St. Pierre, Carla Esparza, Herb Dean, Authority of the Octagon, Press Proof, Bez Pichel, had a teal, Press Proof, Mike Brown, got a Raquel Pennington, silver hollow laser, number 99. Might be seeing Raquel Pennington and Juliana Pena for the vacant women's bantamweight title. Nothing has been announced just yet. Might depend on what happens between Aaron Blanchfield and Tyler Santos coming up. When is that? Fight night on August 26th in Singapore. So, Raquel Pennington. So we got a Stairmasters, Chuck Liddell, Dominators, Yuri Prochazka, Leon Edwards, the Untouchables. So halfway through, no memorabilia, no auto yet. There we go. Johnny Walker, Vivian Araujo, Sean Brady, Misha Tate, Marcin Tybura, BJ Penn, Dan Ige, Neil Magny, Justin Gaethje, Alexander Romanov, Tito Ortiz, Yair Rodriguez, Caitlin Chukagian, Royce Gracie, Stipe Miocic, Piotr Jan, Merab Dvalishvili, Matt Serra, Edson Barboza, Rafael Sunsao, Leon Edwards, Jamal Hill, Andrea Lee, Damir Gliata, Authority of the Octagon, Silver Press Proof, Jack Shore, Silver Tim Means, Purple Juliana Pena, got a Valentina Shevchenko Crunch Time, Tito Ortiz Retro Series, and Francis Ngannou, the Untouchables. So still looking for an auto and a memorabilia card. Daniel Rodriguez, Blagoy Ivanov, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Josh Emmett, Gilbert Burns, Sergey Pavlovich, Alex Caceres, Magomed Ankalaev, Chael Sonnen, Juliana Pena, Tracy Cortez, Brian Ortega, Mike Brown, Francis Ngannou, Chen Sung-young, Alessandre Pantoja, Kevin Holland, Jack Shore, Tatiana Suarez, Cub Swanson, Vince Pichel, Calvin Kattar, Michael Chandler. We got rookie Anthony Hernandez, silver press proof Colby Covington, and we got silver press proof Bo Nickel. It's the second one. Second silver Bo Nickel. It would be nice to have a teal. We'd have them all. We've now got two silvers, purple. We've got some couple of base as well. If you're looking for Bo Nickel. And what we got here, BJ Penn. Let's see here. Got a red hollow laser numbered to 75 of BJ Penn. Got to hold on to that until we hear something back on our BJ Penn auto redemption. Put that together with that. Got a ton of BJ Penn out there. We got a pretty big lot I can work on with that one. Stairmasters, Habib. Got an Octagon Marvels, Amanda Nunes, and a Crunch Time Conor McGregor. So we're getting down to 3 packs left. Still looking for our big ones. Here we go. Nathaniel Wood, Umar Nurmagomedov, Ryan Hall, Panny Kianzad, Macy Chason, Irene Aldana, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Alexander Volkov, Jorge Masvidal, Giga Chikadze, Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber, Rich Franklin, Dustin Poirier, Rafael Fiziev, Brock Lesnar, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Rob Font, Matt Schnell, Jennifer Maya, Stephen Thompson, Anthony Smith, Ketlin Vieira, got a Chris Barnett rated rookie, got a few of those already. Silver press proof Alessandre Pantoja, got a silver Marvin Vettori, got a purple Israel Adesanya, Octagon Marvels Carla Esparza, Crunch Time Glover Teixeira, and Dominators John Jones. So they're really going to make us work these last two. Just 2 packs left. No auto, no memorabilia card yet. Alexa Grasso, Yuri Prochazka, Valentina Shevchenko, Bilal Muhammad, Marvin Vettori, Michael Bisping, and Tim Means, Arnold Allen, Marlon Vera, Glover Teixeira, Sergey Spivak, Nikita Krylov, Yair Rosenstrike, Tisha Torres, Raquel Pennington, Mateus Nicolau, Gerald Mearshart, Yan Xiaonan, Chris Weidman, Shogun Hua, Tai Tuivasa, Rafael Dos Anjos, Hamzat Chimaev, Yana Santos, Amanda Lemos, Tatiana Suarez, press proof, Brad Tavares, Dustin Jacoby, purple, Sean O'Malley, Dominators, Movsar Evloev, The Untouchables, Cyril Gane and Bas Rutten fantasy matchups, and back to Alexa Grasso. So we're getting shut out on something here, unless we got a big auto memorabilia in this last pack. So didn't get an auto or a memorabilia card yet. Hopefully they put them in the same pack. or it's something big. Li Jiang Lang, Henry Cejudo, Tom Aspinall, Brandon Moreno, Sean O'Malley, Movsar Evloev, Julia Avila, Tony Ferguson, Brandon Royval, Alex Perez, Jimmy Crute, Ian Gary, Cyril Gahn, Amanda Nunes, Kaikar France, Jan Blachowicz, Derek Brunson, Robbie Lawler, Jeff Neal, Charles Oliveira, Aljamain Sterling, Julian Robertson. We got Alex Pereira. Our next card is the memorabilia, hopefully also an auto, so we'll wait on, we'll put Alex in good hands, but let's get the first things first. Got a, let's see what we got here. Sean Strickland, Octagon Canvas. It is not numbered. So let's see if we also have an auto in this pack. Let's go ahead and get Alex Pereira put away. Somebody may need those. Got a few of Alex. If he beats Jan, he did beat Jan Blachowicz, but if he beats Yuri for the title, it's gonna skyrocket back up. So, got the 3 big rookies. Let's see if we can pull an auto out of here. These last couple. Don't want to get shut out on an auto. So silver press proof, Alexander Rakic, Teal, Gilbert Burns, and let's see what we got here. Got Giga Chikadze, the blue hollow laser, number to 49. Find the edge of this one. So we'll go back through the hits here. Octagon Marvels, Robert Whitaker. And Crunch Time Rose, Namajunas. Retro Series, Anderson Silva. So we got shut out on the auto. Well, we did get 2 last week, so we've had 2 in a box before, so I guess we are averaging more than 1. But still disappointing. Still want to get one out of there. So here's what we got for hits today. Got a blue hollow laser, Anderson Silva, number to 49. Jared Cannonier, red hollow laser, number to 75. Some base rated rookies though. We got the big 3. Aaron Blanchfield, Raquel Pennington, silver hollow laser, number to 99. Bo Nickel, silver press proof. Got a couple of those. BJ Penn with a red hollow laser, number to 75. Sean Strickland, Octagon Canvas. No number on that one. Alex Pereira. And our last numbered card, the blue hollow laser, Giga Chikadze, number to 49. So kind of a weak box there. Glad to get the Anderson Silva. Like I said, I got a huge Anderson Silva lot. All it was missing was a numbered card. So we can check that box off. So let's put that back up there. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here again on the UFC Fight Cards podcast. If you saw anything that you want to buy, then this is a place to come where you don't have to buy into a break and with a chance of getting something. No, you can just see what you want and you can go get it and you don't have to fight for it. So You just have to be the first one to email me with a good offer. Russ at orange-fire.com. You can find me on X at FightCardsRuss or at Orangefire Media. Find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or Orange Fire Media. And also on our eBay store, if it makes it there, you want to get in on these before they make it there, because they do go up pretty quick during the week, and so it's better. I'd love to share it with the people who are loyal to the show, our subscribers. I'd love for you to have first crack at it before it makes it there. So you just claim them, and I don't put them up there. So once again, thank you so much for joining us here on the show. Next week, we'll be talking about UFC 292, wrapping that up, Aljamain Sterling and Sean O'Malley. Sure, it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. Really looking forward to this card, kind of more than any so far this year. Really looking forward to that O'Malley Sterling and the build-up that's been going on up to this fight. So I think Izzy and Pereira was probably the other one that we were really looking forward to. So that we saw that one, and now we get this one. So really looking forward to it again. And so I hope you enjoy the fights next weekend, and we'll be right here to talk about it next Sunday, 9 o'clock Central, right here on YouTube. And you can find this on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So thank you so much for making us part of your week and starting your week right here. I hope you have a great week. I hope you enjoy the fights next weekend, and then we'll see you again right here on the UFC Fight Cards Podcast, presented by Orange Fire Media. Good night, everybody.